On the 29th of June 1996, my poor mother gave birth to me. Yes, that's my mother and father in the hospital, and I'm really sorry about the drawings you're going to see in this presentation. So we moved into our house in Belfast with my mother, me, my dad and my big brother. Yes, it was Belfast, hence the clouds and the rain. So funny little side note, I once pooped myself in the bath with my big brother, and he was really upset and my dad had to come and help him, and that was the end of the joint baths. Moving swiftly on, I ended up going to primary school and it was a really exciting time. I made lots and lots of friends and it was really good. Yes, I am in fact the small one. Anyway, I soon learned I was really good at English and awful at maths. Before I knew it, I ended up having to sit my 11 plus and actually got an A. So I was off to grammar school, which was really exciting. But I kind of felt like a little fish in a massive, massive pond, so I was quite nervous. Yes, that's a terrible drawing of a fish. Anyway, I became the school nerd, so to speak, and I enjoyed things like the magazine club. Yes, the magazine club. And I wrote articles about sports, and I enjoyed photography. The magazine committee went really well, and I was actually promoted to being the editor of the magazine, which was super exciting. Soon I got my first job in Tesco. Yes, in fact, every little does help. But I soon realised I didn't want to be pushing trolleys and doing people's shopping for the rest of my life. So I decided to stay on school and study some A-levels. I chose 3 different subjects. I chose English, Geography and Theatre Studies. During my Theatre Studies A-level, I created my very own play. The play consisted of 5 girls all playing sex traffic victims. The play was performed in front of lots and lots of people and it was a massive hit. On the 31st of October we performed it for Sex Trafficking Awareness Day, and the Belfast Telegraph even came along to take pictures and write an article about us. UTV also joined in the bandwagon and wanted our play to be made into a short film to be aired on the news. Yep, that's me on TV. It was then time to think about my future. My parents had a lot of input in this and they expected me to do things like medicine or science or teaching, but what did I want? I enjoyed things like photography, writing, watching the news and listening to lots and lots of types of radio. So I decided to pick a course called journalism. It included current affairs, the BBC, magazines and making films. UCAS came along, exciting stuff as we all know, and I applied online and found a university called Teesside. I got an interview and before I knew it I was on a plane to Middlesbrough. This was the first time I had ever been to Middlesbrough. I got to Teesside University and I had an interview with a man called Mark Hanscom. The interview went really well and yes, that's me with short tiny legs. I showed him my portfolio of all my work and he was very impressed with the school magazine that I created. He liked it a lot. He ended up giving me an offer. Yay! I decided to pick Teesside University as my first choice, mainly because they were NCTJ accredited. My summer flew in and on the 14th of August, I got my results. I was super nervous. I was in Magaluf at the time and so I had to make this swift phone call to my mother to let her know that I'd got the offer, which I was very shocked about. I was very excited and when I told her, she wasn't too impressed because that meant I had to leave, but I was happy. I was swapping my house for a flat of halls and saying goodbye to lots and lots of my friends. Sad times, even including my mother. Nervous as I was, day 1 of uni came in really soon and I found myself in a lecture surrounded by lots of smart people. Couldn't help thinking, how am I going to stand out? Teesside University offered a radio station for students called Click. So I decided to join. Click is where I met my co-presenter Jack, who turned out to be one of my great friends. Oh, friend! Click offered me an interview with the infamous Bob Mortimer, who's a really famous comedian from Middlesbrough. The interview was a success and ITV and BBC Tees used clips from my audio in their reports. I wanted to get some experience presenting in front of the camera, so I joined 2SU TV. They offered me the opportunity to present the SU elections with 2 other presenters, which was really exciting and it was in front of lots of people, so it really boosted my confidence, this experience. Next up for me was TV Newsdays, and I made a report about Mr Gay World's new campaign. Click went on tour with me and Jack, and we interviewed lots of people on the road. My first interview away from Middlesbrough was with a band called Nothing But Thieves. I was actually really nervous at this time, and the interview went really bad because the audio didn't go through on the Apple Mac. Sad times. Anyway, I went to London with Jack soon after, and we recorded a fantastic interview at Wembley Arena in front of lots and lots of people. We interviewed a band called All Time Low, and we ended up backstage with our own bar. Cheers to that. Our interview was with the lead singer Alex Gaskarth. He was fantastic, and the audio this time worked out great. Being at Teesside, I met a lady called Claire Fletcher, who was really in this thing called work experience and how it boosted your chances of getting a job in the future. She offered an opportunity to work with BBC Tees on a 6-month mentorship, which was really exciting. So I handed in a CV and a cover letter to try and get an opportunity to do this. I ended up getting the work experience and was so excited. Congratulations to me. Yay! The mentorship was a check in my work experience list. I apologise about the drawing, everyone. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of my presentation.